Don't you ever take that hat off.
Yes, when I have a bath or a shower.
Guys, give me your canes. Yeah.
You're not talented without a cane.
No.
And the other ones.
Got my secret stash, man. You know what this means?
No cane.
No cane? No problem.
Kicking a few ideas around the office.
I'll kick you around the office.
One of our directors was saying, you guys use canes all the time. And we're like, well, yeah.
It's Cane Masters.
Exactly. So the idea of this series is that we're not going to use a cane, but we're going to show you what it's like adapting martial arts for people with different disabilities.
But what you'll see is, everything you do with the cane, you're doing empty hand.
And the fact, this is going to show you how we adapt. Not that we are just adapting, but the thought process behind taking something from the able body system and making it disability friendly. Hope you enjoy, guys. Welcome to the video, and we hope you liked last week's. It was a personal experience on my part. It's how I get treated in the chair, again, for me. On this series we're going to look at different techniques and how we can adapt it for people that have disabilities. Now, my disability is obvious. You know, I can walk with 2 canes, but my stability is really bad. So we're going to look at muscle coordination and people that don't have problems with sort of like being accurate with their placing of limbs. So if the Chris decides to get into a karate stance, and a guard please. As you can see, his hands went up, no problem, he was there. Let's look at the flinch reflex. Now if I just suddenly did this, you can see he's made contact, he's got it through. What I want you to do now is not actually make contact with your hand. I want this offline, away from you, but just do anything. So it just, any time, it just comes in and he's just literally swiping away. And we've all done it, a bee comes and it's or
Cobwebs.
not the cobwebs. No, we don't mention spiders on this channel. No spiders. So we was thinking, within karate you've got an inside and outside block, haven't you?
Yeah.
So if you'd like to demonstrate that to the camera, please.
Well, we have 2. You've got this one or standard one. You've got the nice Shotokan ones where they're doing these nice big hip motions, open hand, various ways. So there's many different types of blocks.
Now if you was teaching someone, say able person came to the karate club and you was teaching this principle, the inside to outside.
Yeah.
Go through that exactly how you would teach someone. Because there's a few areas in there I just want to pick out.
So usually the best form is, we say, the punch is coming in, it's nice and slow. You know, the standard punch that everybody attacks you with, nice long stance it comes in. So the idea is to use the fleshy part of your forearm and you're twisting to get that rotational force to push it away. The other hand comes underneath, it's pushing it out of the way and then drawing it in. So I've closed off their arm, hopefully I've damaged their arm with my arm, and then I've been set up nicely to do other attacks afterwards.
So with the karate syllabus, you're looking at rotation, you're looking at forward and backward motion, side to side motion. Now if someone doesn't have that coordination, we want to teach them that they can still do the technique and the theory and the principle behind this technique without actually having that rolling, without having the ins and out. And if it came through to me, just by snapping away, I'm just getting rid of that, spiddy left. Would this be acceptable in a grading within karate?
You've asked actually a very awkward question. In some systems everything has to be precise, everybody has to be the same, everybody's producing the same technique. In other systems the technique is adapted to suit each individual because everybody's different.
Yeah.
It's the old karate rule of learning it and then you make it your own. So if I can't, there's things I can't do because of my shoulder and my hip. So it's adapting. There's things I'm good at, there's things I'm not good at. You work at them, but you can't, if everybody was the same, nobody would have an advantage because everybody would be predictable.
Exactly. With the club, every now and then we regress back to white belt, go through the syllabus all the way again, don't we? And during kata, Sensei Chris would turn around and say stop. And if they've done the block, it will go around checking that the elbow's the right distance away, the arm, the fist, the hand position. It will check everything. And also, if you do the block now, mate, for me, it will come in and it will check stability from different angles. Now this is old style karate and you see it everywhere, don't you, in Japan? And
Yeah.
it's perfect. I love traditional stuff. But we're now looking at bringing people in that don't normally have the opportunity to train. And our belief is if the principle is it's coming at me, and the principle is I'm coming from the outside to the inside and I'm getting it out of the way, to me, that's ticked all the boxes for that technique and that principle.
That's what you're looking for.
So we're going to go through a series of videos. This is just the start of today, and we're just going to look around a couple of little bits with the flinch technique. But we're hoping to expand this. We're hoping to expand this to bring in things like Wing Chun, maybe some Wing Hung Gar,
There's lots of things.
karate.
Yeah, there's lots of things we can do, and it's more about getting that principle and how it can be adapted, not using basically fine motor control and these very elegant techniques. I'm of everyone knows the Kissy principle.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, simple as effective. The doorman that I work with and chat to, they will say they have a flash move which is the finisher to impress the ladies.
Yeah.
And it is true, you wouldn't do a lot of this, what we call flash techniques. Some people are very good at them and they do work for them. They don't work for me.
In my style, we practiced every single day, every single lesson at the beginning, and it was your one move. And this move was something that you go to instantly. And mine was a block out with a punch exactly the same time. So I'm anticipating either side, and you just keep drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling. So we're going to look at the principle. We're going to look how you can start to get yourself in that mindset. Now, if you have a disability with coordination, you're not going to do the same block, the same strike, the same receiving technique, whatever you call it, 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, identical. You know, we know this, we understand this. What we're trying to do is get the principle behind the technique. And the principle is, punch is coming at me, I'm getting it off my centre line. It's going to go past me, or it's going to do no damage. So we're going to look at a couple today, and we're going to call this the flinch response, because we've all got it. Everyone's got it. So just for today, we're going to have the, oh my gosh. So he's threatening, and I'm like, please don't hurt me. So the punch is coming out, please don't hurt me. It's deflected. I've got a nice little triangle inside, but it doesn't matter how it comes up. If their arms are crossed, if they're over one side, if they're over another side, if they're like, doesn't really matter. What I'm aiming to do is not have that, hit that, that or that. And in our book, if you can stop that from hitting that, no matter which way you do it, that's applying the technique and the principle. So that's the hands up. The other one, a bit like from the outside, is what we call the swat. And it comes in, and you're just swatting away. Alright? Actually hit myself. Ouch. So it's just basically patting down. And it comes into the other videos that we've done, like with pushing hands, where you're just literally pushing offside. But here, you're just coming in, coming this way again, mate, coming in, and it's just circles. And if you look at classical Chinese karate, and Kung Fu and Wing Chun, and they're doing all these lovely flowery motions, it's principally the same, is they're coming in and getting off. that's exaggerated. But what we're looking at is you've got the hands up to deflect, you can hands up and away, which is like the hello, no, and swat down. If this is what your students are able to do, and as it comes quicker and they can actually do that flinch reflex, that's what we're after, the flinch. Some people are going to be slow. But to be honest, I would rather be hit on the top of the head there than on the nose or in the mouth. Because I am still deflecting that force. As we go on with these videos, we're going to pick a technique, either from karate, Wing Chun, Hung Gar, and then we're going to look at the principle behind it, able-bodied, how it works, how we set up for teaching. Then we're going to adapt it for different disabilities, as many as we can think of, or you guys write in the comments, disabilities that you want to see. And then we're going to just try and get that principle without having to be 100% pinpoint accuracy with the technique. Using what you've got to your best ability to defend yourself.
Don't forget guys, it's really difficult to block a punch that's coming in if you're not prepared, which is why we always call them receiving techniques. So there will be a lot of awareness training in this as well.
Thanks for watching guys, you make this channel possible. Without you, it's pointless with doing this. We have some merchandising, there's a link down in the description. Please visit, it helps support us, it helps us keep going.
Thanks for all of you that have subscribed to the channel already, and if you haven't done so, please do, it is really appreciated. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified when we're on.
If you've got a comment, stick it down below.
We've had some comments and they've been really helpful. Constructive criticism, which is what we want, because we do have a narrow band which we look at, so you are expanding our base as well, which is excellent. Please feel free to share, and as always, free the fear.